So I just wanted to talk to you a bit today about what you could do to make somebody's day brighter. This week Monday I had some errands I had to run, and I just felt like I wanted to go into this new outlet store that I hadn't been in before. So I thought, well, you drop me off, honey, you go do your hardware store thing and I will do my outlet store thing. And so that's exactly what we did. So Gord went his way, I went mine. I went into the store, I found the things I wanted. I come to the till, I saw the lady, I started talking to her. I was really nice to her and kind to her, and just, how are you doing? And we talked about what I was buying and what I found. And then her boss, supervisor, whatever, heard me talking with her, and then she came over and talked with us, and we were joking back and forth. We just had a really nice time together, just being friendly, just standing there. And at the end of the conversation, when I was getting ready to leave, she said, I hope you come back to the store. I just about said the name. Free advertising. Anyway, she said, I hope you come back to this store because you're really fun. Hope you shop here all the time. And I said, thanks. And away I went. And I thought, okay, I made somebody's day just by being nice to someone else. And she overheard us going back and forth in our conversation, being so friendly. And it made her feel good. And then it made the manager come and feel encouraged as well. And it was just a really special time. So then I had my nephew and my niece come for a visit. My husband and I, we all went out to lunch to this restaurant we all like. It was her little birthday celebration. And we got talking with the waitress there. I like to ask people their names. It was a different name. I asked her about the spelling. We just kept talking back and forth. And anyway, every time she would come, we'd joke about something. We'd share something. We'd have some little thing to say to her. And she'd have something to come back and tell us about her life and where she was from. And it just ended up being lots of fun having her for our waitress. And about maybe 3/4 of the way through our meal, she came over and she said, I just want to say, I was having a really bad day and I was like really in a slump and I just didn't feel good at all. And she said, you guys have just made my day. And the other people, other waitresses that were working there asked me, like, just like that, you're feeling all better? She's like, yeah, like totally. I feel so much better just like that. And she said, it's because of you guys. And we were just like, oh, and we were all, my niece said to me when we were leaving, she said, that was really nice of her to say that. And I said, it was really nice of her to say that. And that got me thinking about how easy it is for us to make somebody's day, how easy it is for us to change someone's whole perspective about the day. I thought it was really cool that her coworkers said, just like that, from where you were to where you are, just like that. And she's like, yeah, just like that. And you know what that is? That's a mind shift. That's a decision not to stay parked in the mood you're in and engage with people and find that as they're being nice to you and they want to know more about you and they're encouraging you just because you're just a nice, friendly waitress, you're serving me, you're giving to me. Shouldn't I be treating you well because you're serving me and my family? Shouldn't any person that's in the retail industry be treated well because they're serving you and their family and they don't owe you service? They owe you service, sure, from their store's point of view, but they don't owe you kind conversation and engagement. They just owe you, do your job. Run the shirt through, do the thing, say hi, run it through, say, that'll be this way, MasterCard, Visa, cash, whatever. But you can give them something back for serving you. So each person who is in service, each time you're in a place where you've got the opportunity to be a blessing to somebody by just appreciating their service. I'll never forget this lesson I learned at the just about said another name. I got to stop doing that. At a drive-through window I was going through. And the guy at that window, when he was taking my order on that little machine thing we all love to talk into and place our order, he was so miserable. And it was so obvious he was so miserable. And I was getting more and more agitated as he took his order. And then I thought, oh man, that guy is not even going to get a tip from me. And I like to tip people even at a drive-through window, at least something. If I have it. If I don't, well, then I can't. But I mean, if I have change that I can give or whatever, I tend to not want to tap. I can tap preferred over having to use both. So most of the time, I tip, but this time I was like, he's so not getting a tip and I'm just not even going to be nice to him. And I just felt God say to me, tip him. And I was like, okay, I will tip him. And it was the most unusual thing because when I went up to the window, I gave him cash because this time I happened to have cash. I gave him cash. He went to give me back the change and it was like $2 or $3 and this was just a small order. And I was like, no, it's okay, keep it. Keep it. And he's like, what? And I was like, hey, keep it. And the look on his face was like, you could see that he knew he'd been not nice to me. He'd been very rude. And instead of me coming up to the window and acting the same way, took inspiration for me to do it. Took God saying, be nice. But I decided, okay, I'll do it. And I tipped him. And there was something so empowering about that for me. Whether it was for him or not, I know he was shocked. I know he was surprised that I gave him that tip. But what was even better was that I felt like I acted different instead of acting the same. And how often we decide that if someone acts bad, well, I will show them. And then we're so proud of ourselves because that person, and I showed them. I didn't do this and I didn't do that. What if every time we felt like just giving back to someone how they treated us, we treated them better than they deserved, tipped them better than what they deserved? I've had that attitude lots. Well, that service sucks and I'm not tipping. I've done that lots of times and do not think I got this down because I do not. But what I found remarkable was how different it was for me inside when I tipped that man in spite of how badly he treated me. And I'm not exaggerating when I tell you he was rude. He was very rude. But that was one of the most empowering things I've done in a simple way, right? So all of us have that ability to not just empower someone else, but to empower ourselves, not just to encourage someone else, but to encourage ourselves. Because what I learned there is I don't have to respond to bad behavior with more bad behavior. I can be nice. Right? And that's going to be a main theme of what we're putting across on this My High Media. This right now it's Jenny Mernicle Direct, but it won't be long before it's My High Media. Because my high is the fact that I'm made in his image. My high is the fact that I can choose the high ground. I can make a better choice by being kinder, by being nicer, by being friendly when someone's not friendly with me, by walking up to somebody who's not smiling when I get there and saying something nice, being kind, thanking them. Thank them. You know, they thank us for coming. We should thank them for serving. So just be an encouragement. Like, just realize that you got some kind of power there. Like, I didn't think about that until this week when it just seemed to keep happening, that people kept saying, oh, wow, come back here all the time. We like you, right? We like you coming here. You guys changed my day. What a wonderful thing to do. If that was all I did, Monday and yesterday, if that was all I did, well, good. Then I accomplished something good, didn't I? So I just hope that you keep in mind that you got some power in the words that come out of your mouth. You got power. Use it for good. Have a great day.